voice cuts through the noise and spin, yeah. No filter, no fear, he's going all in. Yeah, movies, games, have TV shows, what truth in the blows. This is lights, camera, red, where fandom meets fury. Yeah, you know where we stand. Strap in, speak up, turn the volume to 10. And let the From heroes that soar to villains that flop, from endings we love to the ones that should stop. He'll call out the hype, tear down the disguise. Say what you're thinking but can't verbalize. No sugarcoat, no play it safe plan. Just raw uncut, that's Mr. Redman. Every frame, every game, every line's fair game. If it's weak, if it's fire, he'll call it by name. This is lights, camera, red, where fandom meets fury. Yeah, you know where we stand. Strap in, speak up, turn the volume to 10. And let One mic, one truth, one rant at a time. One mic, one truth, one rant at a time. Yeah.
Welcome to the Lights, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lights, Camera, Rant. As always, I'm your wonderful host, Mr. Rant, and we are going to be talking about the biggest Marvel projects that are coming out this year to keep you up to date. And what's also a perfect timing is the Golden Globes also happened today, which is why we're recording this episode a little bit later than usual, because I thought it'd be great to talk about that. And we've got some news about a new Godzilla movie. We've got some news about Two-Face. We've got some news about a complete Red Dead Redemption secret that hasn't been discovered for 7 years, which currently has players going nuts. And of course, we're going to be ranting all about that and how a very special award, not the Golden Globes, a separate award happened in the past couple of days, which is well deserved. So if you're brand new, thank you. Pull up a chair, pull up a drink. Let's rant. If you have been here before, you know exactly where to sit and get ready and rant with me. And as always, we go live every single week. Episodes come out every single Tuesday. And I also like to do a shout out to Destiny Volez K1E. Thanks for coming past on YouTube. Really appreciate it. And also thank you to I'm going to butcher this like no tomorrow. Sarah Glory Yarn 5438. I am so sorry if I butchered that terribly. My bad. But no, but thanks for coming past. And as always, do appreciate every single person that does interact, both on live and following up on us on YouTube as well. Do really appreciate it. Sarah, bad spelling. I know you're good, G. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you. But look, as always, we dive into the news and then we get into the reviews. But of course, this week we're talking about the Marvel projects that are coming out this year, and then next week we are going to be reviewing the brand new 28 Days Later Bone Temple sequel that is coming, which is really unique because 28 years later, and Bone Temple is one of the shortest time frames between sequels. So I really can't wait to dive into that next week. I'm really psyched for it, especially because 20 years later was fantastic, left on a cliffhanger. So it'd be really great to dive out into that. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm right, if my memory serves, I think there's a third one to that. So 28 years later, 3, but technically 28 years later, 5, sort of. And that type of style. So yeah, so it's something like along those lines. But look, let's dive in straight after. Godzilla fans. Now, of course, the last Godzilla movie we got was Godzilla vs. Kong, which was great. Has a little bit of flaws. We did do a review on it. It's actually funny because I was looking back at that review. I was like, wow, that was nearly 2.5 years ago. Wow, that is really gone quick. Especially when I'm going to be talking about 2026 projects this year, but that's gone quick. But we are, so sequel to Godzilla -1 is Godzilla -0. Shocking off the title. As soon as I saw it, I was like, well, I'm sure that took a lot of people in the room to go. That's what we're going to go with. And that'll be coming out this year on November the 6th. That should be dropping this year, which was nice because I wasn't really expecting it to be dropping this year. I thought, oh, they might push it, but hey, nothing like a little bit of surprise, which is great. But yes, that is coming this year. So Godzilla fans, get ready for that. Also, that should be pushing around, which I'm very curious to see how this is going to go. Now, Ryan Coogler has said that his next movie is Black Panther 3. And he's also mentioned the fact that Denzel will be joining him on this next adventure. They'll be going into with it. So Denzel will be joining the MCU, which I know a lot of people was hoping that he would be Xavier in the brand new X-Men movie, but looks like he's going to be joining Black Panther. But a new report's coming through is that it will start shooting this April. It will start shooting. Sorry, June. It will start shooting. April, something else entirely. But my thing is for this is like which I'm going to talk about, is that we've got a few TV shows and movies coming out this year. So far for next year, we only have one Marvel movie that is confirmed. So we're getting to that point, like very much like we got to with Endgame. What we got with Infinity War is that we reached that point. That's like, well, what's happening next? Because there's no Shang-Chi 2 that's been announced. There's no X-Men movie that's been announced. There's technically Black Panther 3 hasn't officially been announced. Doctor Strange 3, Marvel's 3. There's a lot of currently up in the air in the moment, which people are obviously complaining. Fantastic Four 2. That's another one that's gonna be up in the air. Of course, Armor Wars, which I mentioned last week. But I'm really hoping it Comic-Con this year or Disney 23 this year, they do a few more announcements. Blade is another one that's currently up in the air, which we're going to be talking about. It's currently up in the air what's going to be announced. But they have every right that they don't tell us diddly squat until next year with Secret Wars on the horizon. But at the same time, we got to make sure the fact they don't spoil anything, which is the kicker. Destiny, cool, Mike. Thank you. I appreciate that. This changes colors all the time. My mic, which I have for a few years now, love it. Annoying little thing is that this little mic is, if you have a PC, you can control the colors. And I wish I saw it. I was going to make it red because red and black are the podcast colors. And unfortunately, the app, you need to download the program to do that. And the program only works on PC. It doesn't work on Mac. Lucky me. So it's always like this, which right now with purple, so we're with Black Panther. But yes, Black Panther 3 is indeed happening, confirmed by Ryan Coogler, but no official announcement for that one. But the announcement that we did get that has been confirmed is that Sebastian Stan is joining the cast of the Batman 2 and will be Two-Face. I am all in for this. Kind of curious on how it's going to be portrayed. I'm sure he's going to do a great job. He's a great actor. It's going to be dark. It's going to be gritty. But how it's going to look like is my biggest thing. Is like, are we going to get Harvey Dent introduced to the film and not actually become Harvey Dent? And he'll become Two-Face, or will he be Two-Face in the Batman 3? Because it's Batman 3 hasn't been officially confirmed, but we're pretty much on the full assumption of the fact that there will be Batman 1, Batman 2, and Batman 3 all across the board, except for Batman 3. I most likely will be 60 by the time that absolutely drops. I know people are like, the gap isn't that big, but it feels big between the gaps between Batman 1 and Batman 2. I think this is a great addition. It's curious the fact that Sebastian Stan's joining, and Scarlett Johansson's also rumored for a role. The better thing was it'd be great if it just started shooting. That would be that'd be great if they started shooting so we could get the film. I know on this date, but great to get sooner. That would, that never happens, but it'd be great to get that. But yeah, I'm all for this casting. All for it. You have my 100% Mr. Rant tick of approval for this. I think he's going to be a great addition to the cast. Again, I know there's also some fan imaging out there. It'd be great to see what it's going to look like. And how it's going to look like and how dark. I still stand this day. Like, yes, we did get Harvey Dent in the Joker 2, which was completely wasted. Useless. I still do not like the Joker 2. I know there's a whole argument there on the fact it's really good, it's not really good. It's a little bit different. You just don't like it because it's normal, superhero film. It's a little bit different. Like, no, it's an okay film. It is not a good follow-up to the first Joker film. And ideally, which I've said it in my review, which definitely go check out the old review on it, because I did have a guest for that, and me and Eric, we really dived into it. But my thing is that entire movie is just an epilogue, and you could have shaved 50 minutes from the film, tacked onto the Joker, and this could have just been a short film dropped. Like, it did not need to be a full film. It was unnecessary and really disappointing. And again, since that film has come out, anyone who asked me about that film, I said just watch the first Joker. Do not watch Joker 2, especially it's weird that it's also a musical. But yes, Sebastian Stan is your brand new Two-Face. Now, speaking of also castings, is which I totally forgot that this was announced. This was in the background, but apparently, which it's currently in the works, it's going to be, is that we are getting the brand new live action Scooby-Doo origin TV show, 8 episodes long on Netflix. That will be an origin, slightly like reimagining type of situation we will be getting, which to me, I'm like, okay, reimagining, what's that gonna really look like? Good or bad? Like, that's another question as well. There obviously the CGI with Scooby-Doo. Look, Netflix has done some great stuff in the past. Maybe just myself, I just need to give it a chance, not be so brutal. But that's not why you're all here. Look, it's the last Scooby-Doo movie, Scoob, was great. I know there's a lot of people out there that wish they would just make Scooby-Doo 3, which is the original cast. That'd be great. I think it would still make the money, but unfortunately, James Gunn is kind of tied up with everything to do with the DC at the moment. So that's why he will not be joining. That's why he won't be making it. But yeah, it's going to be 8 episodes long. They start filming, so I expect it to be end of 2027 or early 2028. It should be dropping, coming out. Again, also in the past, like I mentioned this in the past, we will be doing end reviews of Fallout Season 2 and Percy Jackson Season 2. And as I'm saying this, I'm loving Fallout, but it's still killing me that it's week to week. I don't know why. Maybe because the first season was just a drop, which was fantastic. You could just binge. But this is just, you get very excited. And it's like, no, get very excited. No, Percy Jackson's fine because the first season was episode week to week. But yeah, Fallout and the fact that, it's only the 12th of January. And by the time it finishes, we will not be talking about it until Feb, which is so annoying. So fucking annoying. But yes, get ready, Scooby-Doo fans. Scooby-Doo, 8 episodes, Netflix coming. How this is going to look is interesting. Now, this is what I was going to mention earlier is that, look, the Blade movie is a mess. It's is to say the least. The Blade movie is a mess. Same with Armor Wars. Now, take this as an absolutely great song when I'm talking about this, is that have we got a legend here? Just come us on the YouTube. Yeah, we do. We got Mr. DJ Fly High. I don't know why I said it. So, like, dude, you reckon this is make or break for Disney? So it's official that the Blade movie is cancelled. It's not official. I did a little bit of digging. It's not official. It's just rumored at the moment that technically the Blade movie has been cancelled and has been morphed into Midnight Suns. The Midnight Suns of comic book fans is essentially like we're talking about the supernatural Avengers, if you will. So Blade, Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, essentially with a few others. There's been different lineups in the past, but that's essentially what it is. But then again, to me, I'm like, well, look, I think it's probably best to keep the Blade movie as his own movie and then tease it to a Midnight Suns situation. Because it's because the fact you get these, like, people would just be annoyed that we didn't get a Blade movie, which we were promised. It was announced. Wasn't that a game? Yes, Midnight Suns was a game, which is why I've used that photo because it actually fits in perfectly. It was a game. Game was good, but not great. But yes, sorry, going back. Is I think we need to get the Blade movie before we get the Midnight Suns. I feel very sorry for Mahershala Ali because he's been waiting for this movie. It was announced nearly 6 years ago. Like, the Blade movie has just been that carrot that's been like, it's coming. When? Avengers Doomsday. When's it coming? Secret Wars. When's it coming? Spider-Man 4. When's it coming? It's just always kind of a running joke. And it's with one of the movies is that it wasn't in channels. What was that film? And I'm gonna check this because I really remember this. The Inhumans. The Inhumans is the last project that Marvel announced, and it morphed into something else. There has been other projects that has happened to, but that's one of the most noteworthy because it turned into a TV show for IMAX and launched and everything, and it completely failed. The show failed miserably. Like, it just did not work. It was almost the fact they announced it and then they just try to shrug it off into a different corner, and then that's it. It's kind of like what they turned it into. But Mr. DJ Fly High. Yes, essentially that is correct. So when you have the Justice League and then you have the Justice League Dark, which is with all the magicians, the supernatural, you have the Avengers, and then you have Midnight Suns. Reflections of each other, essentially, given the fact different people on the team every time. But yeah, I just hope they keep the Blade movie. I just hope that, you know, when they do the announcements of the next phases of Marvel, which is, you know, we're reaching that point. Hopefully we get it this year, but I don't think we will. Is that we get a permanent date for Blade? You know, I just want Blade. I don't want Blade and Friends. I just want to give me a Blade movie in the MCU, go dark, Sinners vibes, all that fun stuff. Just give me that. That's all I ask for. Don't give me this crap. But that's to remember me off of that. Also, something that I wasn't going to be able to predict it this year. Didn't think this was going to happen, but it is. And if you really wanted it, it's coming this year. It's coming in June. You're getting Jackass 5. Officially announced by Johnny Knoxville. How many people actually get from the original Johnny Knoxville team are going to be actually doing the stunts is, I think, 0. It'll have to be a whole bunch of newbies. But yeah, Jackass 5 is coming. So if you're up for more Jackass, it is on the way, which I could not believe when I saw it got announced. I was like, pretty sure if they do one more, you're all going to die. Mr. DJ Fly High. If they cancel the Blade movie, how is Marvel going to explain the post-credit scene from the Internal with not so Jon Snow? I know, that's the other thing, is they can't cancel because the Internals left that and we have got no resolve for that. There is not going to be Internals 2. Ooh. Sorry, there's not going to be an Internals 2. I don't think we will see the Internals again. Not to mention, not the Internals. One of the guys from One Direction's character. I don't think we're ever going to see him again. And look, I think, again, there's a big question: did Marvel become too big? And I'm like, look, they tried with the Internals. It did not hit. There were some funny moments, but it just didn't. Over trajectory, over too much. But yes, Jackass 5 is on the horizon. Now, this film, I remember getting announced, and I looked at it, I was like, okay, I'm curious. One of those things where I need to see a trailer. So, They Will Kill You. Now, this is coming out in March this year. And in the past week, the first trailer dropped. And I've got to say, this movie looks wild. This is hell yeah. So essentially, it looks like Deadpool. It's bloody. It's horrific. It is 100% all in for this little one. Mr. DJ Fly High. Man, Jackass 5 announcement was such a shadow drop. 100%. Just like Oblivion being like Monday. Oh, by the way, here's an Oblivion remaster. It's coming this week. Have fun. I'm sorry, what? What? And also speaking about Oblivion is that also apparently a Fallout 3 remaster and the Fallout New Vegas is currently in the works as well, because Bethesda can't seem to make any game, even though they've announced a bunch and got some in the works. They can't make anything. And, you know, probably the fact that really good timing would have been, well, if you're doing Fallout Season 2 in New Vegas, it probably would have been good to not drop an anniversary edition, but, you know, do a remaster edition, bring in more people to the game for PlayStation 5 and, you know, PC to a whole bunch of new audiences to get excited for the show and everything. That would have been a great idea. But that isn't the case because, yeah, they're a very interesting company to deal with. And then it's like, you make some of the best games ever, yet you're also one of the worst studios to deal with. Apparently, Bam is coming back on Jackass 5. Yes, I did see that too. That's on the horizon. He's going to be joining in some form of fashion. But yeah, sorry, just go off course. So going back to We Will Kill You. Now, if you are a horror fanatic, if you love bloody movies, this is going to be the case for you. Essentially, a housekeeper stays at this hotel, and his entire cult tries and kills her, so it becomes pure mayhem. The trailer is pure mayhem. It is everything that you want if you're into that whole slasher bloody. And I'm just watching this trailer going, damn, I take my money. This looks like this is going to be a wild ride. And I really do hope the fact that it lives up to the hype of that trailer. I don't need another trailer. That's all. That's absolute simmer. That's all you need. Nothing more. Just giving that. Bring it on. Sold. Also, side point I also like to do mention is that we have also scheduled future live episodes for the next few months coming up of tentpole movies that we will be reviewing all the way up to Supergirl. So definitely go check those out if you have a chance and see which ones you'd like to tune in. It'd be great if you come past and chat about them. Which I was looking at those films. I'm like, there's some good shit coming out this year. We're eating good. But yes, definitely go check out the trailer for We Will Kill You. Okay, so this is fantasy building in a way. So Nia DaCosta, who directed the brand 28 years later, Bone Temple, and she also directed the Marvels. Take it how you will on what you want to do with that. She's recently spoken the fact that she wants to make an Invincible movie, and she wants to be bloody. She wants it to be intense, and she wants to also sex everything going into this. Sorry, real quick. One beat 3169. Another one. The last one was terrible. Talk about Jackass 5. Yeah. Well, we're getting another one. As much as I don't really remember a whole lot of people like going, my God, you know what we really need? You know what we're missing in the world is that we just need another Jackass. There should be a fifth film of Jackass. Why can't we have a fifth one? And I really remember those conversations. Oh wait, I don't. I don't remember anyone asking for it. Hey, we got it. Sorry. So going back. So yeah, Nia said the fact that she wants to make an Invincible film, full of all the action, the whole relationship with Invincible, his dad, everything together. She said she doesn't know how to be brought to the big screen, but she would love to do it. And I think it would be. I think the Invincible movie would be hard in a sense, but at the same time, because J.K. Simmons has done such a fantastic job in voicing it there. Well, the entire cast has done a fantastic job. But how do you? It would be a mix. You'd have to be so different away from the boys because there could be a lot of comparisons in that. You'd have to get away from that. And obviously, step away from the Marvel kind of blueprint, stay away from Zack Snyder's Justice League. It would just be a blend of all of them, I guess, to bring this to the big screen. Not saying it hasn't been done before, but Invincible is such a fantastic story. There's a lot to play with, especially if you wanted to bring it to the big screen. And it has those superhero elements. It has that adventures. It has that action. Because there's a lot of fights. Like how you want to see Conquest on the big screen? Brilliant. You want to hear him whisper into Invincible's ear, him saying, he's so lonely. I'm so lonely. You want to hear all that? Bring it on. And I think it would be the thing is not for kids. It's going to be MA. Borderline, because it's gonna be MA in that sense, but it would be different enough to spark something a little bit different, especially when people are like, oh, superhero films are all the same. It's just copy and paste essentially. But The Boys has really done a great momentum on showing a different light on the superhero genre and being unique. Storytelling, something a bit more darker, something a bit more gritty, something a bit more bloody. And if you build off that momentum, I'm sure that the Invincible movie would do fantastic. And again, as I said, there's a lot of content there that if you want to make it a franchise, you can. You can do spin-offs. It has all the paperwork. It has time travel. It has alien invasions. It has clones. It would just be great. I would like B1 Beast. I would like it to almost be a serialized version of Invincible for the first movie. Yeah, I could see that. I know a lot of people will also say, I just gotta go back. Is that probably a lot of people probably don't want Nia to direct it. But you know, we got 28 Days Later, Bone Temple to have a look at, would be great. But yeah, serialized, yeah, you could do that. You could do that with it. But yeah, the thing is, who do you get to play Invincible? Who do you get to play Nolan? The cast, all of it. Yeah, you can bring Ron Perlman back. Was it Ron Perlman? No. Actually, I'm trying to think. I think it's Mr. Krabs. In one of those characters, there's lots you can do with it. I can't wait for Invincible this year. That's gonna be great. Now, speaking about great. Now, this is the award that I was telling you that is a surprise. It's a first of its kind, but it's great. So we had the Astro Awards just recently, and Indy the dog from the movie Good Boy has won the award for best performance in a thriller or a horror, beating the likes of Ethan Hawke. And if you go onto YouTube, there's his thank you video with his owner. And look, it's I would feel a little bit gut wrenched the fact that you got bitten by a dog in a performance. But look, it's to be honest with you, you need to watch The Good Boy. It's a fantastic film. It's a sad horror film. And don't you worry, which on the internet, the dog doesn't die. But it is a great film, and how it's shot, what Indy's done, is great. Is really good. It's such a unique film, and that's why I said last year when it came out, I'm like, it is such a unique film to do in that sense. And it's because you've done something different, execute it really well. You should be praised for that. Technically there's Black Phone 2, so it's a sequel anyway, but it's something unique. And this is the very first a dog has won a major award. And I think it's great. Look, if he doesn't win another award, that's fine. He won one, and that makes him in Hollywood history. Indy will be right up there with the top dogs. No pun intended. But I think it was great. As soon as I saw that, I was really good to see. And I'm really happy for that. But it's something different. But again, Good Boy can make you sad. So do you ready for that? It's not a long film, but it's a good film. So definitely go check that out. Also, I tell you what, Red Dead Redemption is wild. Red Dead Redemption is one of the greatest games ever made and brought to gaming screens. That is right there, done and dusted, printed, done. Now, apparently, which has sparks in the gaming community for Red Dead Redemption 2, is that there's a brand new mystery to be solved with these spiderwebs, which a lot of people miss because they reappear and disappear depending on time of night, which, of course, led to a spider, led to a mountain. I don't think as we're recording this, it hasn't been solved yet, but for a 7-year-old game, the fact there's another mystery on top of that is brilliant. It's fantastic, and showing you the depth of this game, the absolute depth. The fact you can bring people in and make them more excited for it straight away is great. I just couldn't believe when I was reading it. I was just like, wow. Just, I guess it's news because, like, if you're a Red Dead fan, there's a brand new mystery it's been solved. It's called the Spiderwebs. Go check it out. But it just amazes me again. And when people don't like the game, like, I know you might not be into Cowboys, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I've played through it twice. The ending still makes me cry, and I would love them to make a Abazon, even though annoyed about Amazon because of how they are streaming Fallout. But Amazon Red Dead Redemption TV show would just be brilliant. Would be fantastic. I do not want it to be anything like what's that cowboy show? The cowboy show. Oh, something ranch, something the other cowboy show. I don't want anything to be like that. I know it's 1895, it's a prequel. I can't remember the name of the other one. Something like that. It's going to bug me until later on. But I'd love to see a Red Dead Redemption TV show. Amazon, give it 10 episodes. You're doing God of War, do this as well. But the question is, like, who would you like to see? Arthur Morgan, John Marston. Who would you want to see as characters on the big screen? And it's gonna be shot just like the video game. Would be brilliant. And there's multiple seasons you can get out of that. Different towns you can get from it. The story, and then you can go straight into Red Dead Redemption. The first one, the John Marston story. Like, there is so much you can do with that. There's so much content. It's just gonna be crafted in a particular way, and it can be done. But yeah, brand new mystery for Red Dead 2. Now, also going back, a little touch on about the Golden Globes. We did see touching on where here we go. B1 Beast 3169. Odd sidetrack. Don't mind. All good if you have the time. Do you think the comic book industry would collapse if it wasn't a good testing ground for ideas for a movie anymore? I mean, books can fill the void outside superheroes. As you suggest, games are even better testing ground. That's a really good question. I don't think comic books would collapse because comic books, again, are a very unique storytelling opposed to a normal book. I'm not saying the fact that you read a book, it's using it's of course using your full imagination. Where comic books, you almost really dive into it, and you, again, like books, you create their own voices in your head with different characters. And then, with books, you can't really have retellings, or you can have sequel to books. But with comic books, you can have multiple sequels to a particular run of a story. And then that story can have different comic books going off that one story. And then you can take someone taking a pinpoint of time in that story and making their own comic book run. And then you get different animators, you get different artists doing different styles for comic books. I think it's just there's just so much you could do, so much you can do with comic books. So I definitely don't think it would collapse. But the other end of that stick, which I've mentioned this in the past, is that with movies, movies go through these phases, which the superhero genre has gone on for a long time. It's staying solidly. Where we had a whole phase of westerns. The movies made so many westerns, it was ridiculous. That was the phase. So the westerns died out because there was so much. And then it kind of morphed into horror films. Horror films, that was phase. There was so many horror films, and that kind of died out. Horror films turned into action movies phase. There was a whole bunch of action movies, and that died out. And then that morphed into disaster movies, and that kind of took over, which then that died out. Probably that was one about the shortest. And then we've got the superhero genre, which we're experiencing right now. And my prediction in the future, which we're seeing it as it comes across in more movies and TV shows, is that video games will be the next that we see take over the movie industry in different forms. That we will see more video game adaptations to movie situations and franchises built upon that. Same with TV shows, because there is so many different video games. There is a plethora of video games, sometimes with great storytelling that can be brought to the big screen. It just, like anything, requires that particular craft to bring it to the big screen. Fallout has done fantastic. Sonic has done fantastic. Mario has done fantastic this time around. The Gran Turismo movie was great. Uncharted was good. Could be better. I'm pretty sure we're waiting for a sequel on that one too. But there's other video game movies on top of that. And like as you said, like Bawan Beast, is that games also have wide ranges of ages. They do. You can make a Ratchet and Clank movie. You can make a Sly Raccoon movie. You could make Jack and Dexter movie or TV show. And then on the flip side, you can, they did do a Halo TV show, but I think Halo needs to be a movie and be redone for that 100%. But Halo, Gears of War, Gears of War movie would be brutal. It would be great to see that on the big screen. You could do a Saints Row movie. Like, there's just the for also there's meant to be a Call of Duty movie. Don't know how it's going to come on the big screen anyway for that, but I think video games is the next projection on that well. It'd be great for Sony to get some W's. Sony does have W's, but obviously not a whole lot at the moment. But Sony has had a few wins. They did some great movies last year. It's still interesting. They couldn't believe this, but the Legend of Zelda movie, I think it's under Sony. I'm pretty sure. I think Sony's making it, or Sony has the distribution rights for the Legend of Zelda movie that's going out worldwide. And it's funny because, of course, it's a Nintendo property. But yeah, Legend of Zelda will be a live-action movie. That's coming. So get ready for that. But really good question. Do really appreciate that. But yeah, sorry, just going to touch on the Golden Globes. But best, just going to do a basically speed run and go into this. But yeah, Hamnet for Best Picture Drama, which I don't remember actually seeing that. One ballot after another. Best Picture for Musical Comedy. I was like, okay, that's really not really what I thought that was going to be. That was a bit of a surprise to me. I was like, okay. Best male actor, Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. That was interesting. Bowen Beast. Interesting. Didn't connect the two companies. No reason for both not to be profits. No. Well, no, of course. Well, it's Nintendo licensing out their property, and Sony pitches making the film. So it can happen. Like, it's not unusual. It's just a funny situation that you wouldn't think that would be happening. Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Best Female Actor for Motion Drama. The Studio for Best Musical Comedy Series. That was well deserved. You need to go watch The Studio. Fucking brilliant. It'd be great to see. I can't wait for season 2. Hopefully it comes out this year. Adolescence for Best Limited Series and Anthology Series of Television Motion Picture. That was well deserved. You should go watch Adolescence. That was one of my top recommendations for last year. The Pit for the Best Drama Series. The Pit is just skyrocketing. That season 2 is out. Season 3 has been greenlit. But yeah, that is just absolutely coming up there with The Pit, which I'm so surprised about. Like, I've only started watching it. It's good, but just the popularity is right up there for that. Also, Rhea Seehorn for Pluribus for Best Female Actor in Television Drama. B1 Beast 3169. The Pit all the women I know love. Yeah, no, my wife likes it as well. She loves it. She likes. Cannot wait for season 3. It's killing her the fact it's weekly episodes, which is fair. Erin Dorothy for Adolescence for Best Supporting Female Actor on Television. That was a good scene that she's in. B1 Beast. Is it because ER Dr. Mary's back in the pit? Perhaps, yeah. It's basically like what I said. This is just an intense 2026 ER version. Like this is just modern day ER. But I really do like how it's shot. So props to that. Secret Agent Brazil for Best Non-English Language Motion Picture. K-Pop Demon Hunters for Best Animated Picture. That was well deserved. Sinners Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement. Brilliant. Still, Michael B. Jordan should go Best Actor. Best Paul Thomas Anderson for One Bell After Another, Best Director of a Motion Picture. Well deserved. Stephen Graham for Best Male Actor for a Television Limited Series and Television Series and Television Motion Picture. Yeah. Michelle Williams for Dying for Sex for Best Female Actor. Seth Rogen for The Studio for Best Male Actor for Television for Musical Comedy. He did a brilliant job. Owen Cooper, The Kid from Adolescence for Best Supporting Male Actor for a Television Series. Rose Byrne for If I Had the Legs to Kick You for Best Female Actor for Motion Comedy. Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme for Best Male Actor for Motion Picture Musical Comedy. Yeah, sorry. Ludwig Göransson, I probably butchered that. Sinners for Best Score Motion Picture. Brilliant. So good. So very good. That was well deserved. Gene Smart for Hacks for Best Female Actor Television Series. And that is some of the biggest winners for the global Golden Globes. God damn. Which half of them was a no shock. Sinners is no shock. The Studio is no shock. Adolescence is no shock. K-pop, Demon Hunters did so well. The Pit. So really, I said the ones that would be a surprise was One Battle After Another, Secret Agent, and Hamnet. Really, the rest are no shock because they were some of the top TV shows. But you know, it's interesting what we'll win. So when I was watching the global Globes, what? Oh my god, Golden Globes! Just putting it together, I was just a bit like, cool. All right. Didn't see that coming. No surprise. Didn't see that coming. No surprise. But the fact that it's 2026, we're just having Golden Globes is just wild to think about. But let's talk about Marvel. Let's talk about Marvel for a second. Actually, a lot more than a second. But let's talk about it. So last week, I spoke about how the most things I'm looking forward to this year. And you guys need to check in and get ready for it. And, when I was talking about, there was a couple of things in the back of my mind that I was just like, there is, even though we're only getting 2 Marvel movies, there is still, Marvel still has a big stacked year, but not, like, don't get me wrong, Doomsday is going to be a huge movie, but the television-wise, they've got a lot banked up in that very much will take the cake. So, like, for movies-wise, we have Spider-Man 4, Brand New Day, which is coming on July 31st this year, which is, it's got a stacked cast in it. It's obviously sequel to No Way Home, all up for it. Tom Holland said the fact that, he was only going to do it if the script was really positive. So all up for it. And there's a whole room with it. Miles Morales might appear in it. So all up for it. And I've spoken about Doomsday multiple times. But enough said on Avengers Doomsday. But to stack up the year is that straight after we got Wonder Man. That's January 27th. That will be streaming complete all episodes dump, very much like Echo. That will be all coming out Marvel is doing some, doing some advertisement for it, but not a whole lot. So that will be coming right around the corner. And what will be following after that is Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which don't forget, if we're getting Season 3, that is so, I cannot wait for that. The fact that we're getting season year by year and they've kept shooting it, brilliant. I guess handy because there was really going to be 18 episodes. So that's fantastic. And this is where we're going to start getting a little bit blurry on where this is going to be. But for next up, which is rumored, is X-Men 97 Season 2 will be in this year. So excited for that. X-Men 97 last year was fantastic. The animation, the set, and obviously the updated theme, seeing the X-Men get reintroduced was brilliant. The setup for Season 2, can't wait for it. Season 3 is currently being worked on at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if it released to a Season 4. Again, X-Men 97 was a great idea to reintroduce people back into the X-Men and get ready for the MCU, seeing the X-Men in Avengers Doomsday and eventually their own X-Men film. But seeing the original X-Men back is going to be great. So that's going to come around the corner. That'll be the same episode lengths. So that's meant to come roughly June, July. And then we're also, depending on where it's going to sit, is that we have the Punisher special that's meant to be coming this year. That's meant to be brutal. Obviously, Punisher will also be starring in Spider-Man Brand New Day as well. Bawan Beast 3169. I have to be honest, I could watch Fantastic Four by now with Disney Plus. I haven't. Ironheart seemed terrible too. I have to admit, DC is just where I'm at the moment, but X-Men 97 was great. X-Men 97 was brilliant. Look, I would recommend watching Fantastic Four. It is good. It is, if you do not like the whole weight of the MCU with some movies and all the connections, Fantastic Four does great. It has, for me, it has a lot of X-Men First Class vibes, like the aesthetic, the time period. The casket does a great job. Look, Ironheart, I ripped through that show all the way until the end. It's so annoying because it's an okay show. The last episode of the character that gets introduced is great. It opens the MCU up to so much more. It's so annoying because I'm like, there's no Ironheart season 2. Don't know if it will be greenlit, but it's left on a cliffhanger. And they introduced one of the major Marvel Comics characters in that episode, and it's kind of up in the ether when he's going to appear next. So if you don't watch Ironheart, I'd say watch a YouTube video and just watch the last episode. B1. I need to get back in somehow. I love like the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes show, amazing like the Spectator Spider-Man, both brilliant. I remember watching Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes and I did a rewatch. That was such a good show. That's the opening. The opening is still, I can hear the music for that show. I kind of wish that show kept going, but that was brilliant. But yeah, we also have the Punisher special that's coming out this year at some point. And then after that, we do have the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2, which we got early last year, which was brilliant. I really liked that. I did love the blend of it between classic Spider-Man, his MCU Spider-Man, some type of changes. I did love that. At first, I wasn't really sold on it, but the show sold me on it. And I'm really pumped for season 2. I'm really glad the fact that, from last year, X-Men 97, Daredevil Born Again, The Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, you want season 2? It's all coming out this year. That's also been greenlit for season 3, which I can't wait to get. I can't wait for, because that's where so that's already 3 shows and a special, which is stacked. And then on top of that, again, we are getting Vision Quest, which I believe will be the last TV show that we'll be dropping this year. Finally, it is the sequel to WandaVision, it's just taken this long to get it, which is so annoying. Absolutely annoying. Is how long it's going to be? How long it's be taking? But yes. That's going to be coming. It's kind of a shame that we're not getting Marvel Zombies Season 2, even though it was 4 episodes. That would be really nice if we got Season 2. But, there's a whole bunch of rumors of when it's going to be happening. So, Daredevil will get Born Again will be in March. We might be getting I'd say the Adventures. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It could be before Spider-Man Brand New Day, or might be just after. That's kind of with the limbo it is at the moment. And obviously with Daredevil Born Again we're getting. So we still have a very big year with Marvel. Again, last year we had 3 Marvel movies. This year we're only getting 2. One of them being one of the biggest films of the year and will make money at the box office. $1 billion movie. I'm calling it $1 billion movie. That's what it's going to be making. Don't know if Spider-Man Brand New Day will make $1 billion at the box office. It might. It very well might. Because, if you've got that Spider-Man No Way Home fever, you're going to be going into this without a shadow of a doubt. But that's what we've got for. That's what we've got for Marvel this year. We've got a lot coming up. And it was just a couple of things that I was just thinking about when I was writing this episode. Was just like, Daredevil Born Again, Vision Quest. Totally forgot. Spider-Man Noir. Spider Noir is also coming this year on Amazon. That will be dropping at some point. No release date, just 2026. So that's going to be sprinkled somewhere. So we very much could get your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man Brand New Day, and then Spider-Man Noir. That would be the summer of Spider-Man. That'd be great. That'd be pretty awesome. That'd be really great. To be honest, that would be really great to see. But that's one of the biggest projects for Marvel coming out this year. It's going to be a big year. Actually, we're a lot of TV shows coming out. The only Marvel TV show that 2 Marvel TV shows that we've kind of locked in right now is because Wonder Man and Daredevil Born Again. But as the new Marvel TV show release dates become more confirmed, we'll be adding that into our streaming schedule, which we'll be talking about. And look, a big shout out to everyone who's come past in this episode. I do really appreciate it. Mr. DJ Fly High, Amber One Beast 3169. Thank you so much for coming past. And for everyone who's listening at home as well, as always, appreciate every single one of you. And if you do have the time, definitely hit us up on the socials if you want to keep the rant going. And as always, I say every single week, until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.